This is Biker Dad, brought to you by Biker Justice USA and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
Have you ever sat at your job and thought, what if I just got up and left? Tell that horrible boss to take this job and shove it. Have you ever wanted to just walk out? What about burnout? Well, that's exactly what I did, but I didn't just quit. I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell your story.
Daytona Beach, Florida, where you can actually drive onto the beach. Rick Fairless, a legend of his own, introduced me to Richard Rollins, Mayfield, Kentucky, Southeast Missouri, beautiful city of Knoxville, Tennessee, Gulf Coast of Mississippi, the Florida coast and the Tampa Bay area, Orange County Choppers, Roadhouse and Museum, talking to Paul Tuttle Sr. himself.
But make no mistake, this is not a show about motorcycles or even about me. Instead, I travel across the country to meet the people who use their passion for motorcycles to make their communities stronger, safer, and better. This is Biker Dad.
Hi, my name is Chris Best, and I left my 25-year corporate career to ride motorcycles and tell stories, and that adventure finally brings me here to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In case you weren't aware, that is the birthplace of the American biker culture, because just a few miles from here in a 10x12 shack, two friends started Harley-Davidson, and that was 120 years ago. And now a few 100,000 close friends are joining together to celebrate that with a huge party for the 120th anniversary of Harley-Davidson. That's where we start this week's episode of the Biker Dad TV show. So let's roll. We're checking out the whole party all over the city of Milwaukee and talking to people from around the world, Lithuania, Brazil, people who rode here from Central America. It's just been an awesome time.
We ride all about South America, all the way to Ushuaia, twice, Peru, Atacama Desert, and United States as well, Tail of the Dragon.
Tail of the Dragon.
And she has a female group, the Ladies of the Road. She from São Paulo. She from Curitiba. And you? Florianópolis, São Paulo.
The different states.
We came for the 105 anniversary and we were on a bike. Oh, it was 2000.
Each way?
Yeah, we came from Salt Lake City to Milwaukee. So we going to the Harley store, the Harley dealers.
The museum?
The museum, of course.
Of course.
And after that, we're going to the Route 66. All the way to Vegas.
Again.
The riders are all over Brazil, all over the states. At start was 7 women that used to gather on the weekends, and so they had idea to gather all the women that ride. 900 Ladies of the Road.
I'm Kobe Stelzer, sales manager at Calgary Harley-Davidson, Canada. I mean, we're here for the homecoming. We're the top performing dealer in the country, highest volume sales in the country, so we got to come down to receive an award and then come check out everything Harley-Davidson. I've been in the automotive industry for about 22 years. I worked for both Nissan and Toyota before joining Harley-Davidson, and I never have had the experience of being able to go to a manufacturing plant, be able to partake in something like this to this scale. I mean, it's something that they don't do in the car business, right? They don't hire Green Day and the Foo Fighters to come and play for you for the 120th birthday of anybody else. We got 7 solid months of riding and selling. And we have 5 months that we all sit there and, you know, keep our bikes clean in our garage and just pray and wait for riding season to open up again. But we have some of the most incredible roads in all of Canada and probably in all of the world that we get to enjoy and ride on a daily basis. People love to feel the wind. People love to feel the freedom. For a lot of people, Harley-Davidson is the bucket thing in their life. It's something that they've always wanted. It's a very desirable brand, a very desirable product, and I think that's what keeps everybody coming back to the brand and everybody coming back to the product. But I mean, it's no different. Canadians and Americans are very, very similar on many ways. So, the museum blew me away. It really did. Like just seeing the culture, the heritage, where a lot of like the designs from you know, our bikes today, where they come from and where the designers get their inspiration from. That's kind of what blew me away the most. Went to powertrain operations too the other day to see how, you know, everything is manufactured and put together. That had a lot to do with it as well. That was really eye-opening, and again, something that I've never got to experience in my previous career in the automotive industry compared to what I get to see today.
Hi, I'm Eric Sum. I'm the General Manager of Calgary Harley-Davidson. Great to be here. This is the best thing that's happened to me in many years, and probably for many people too. They all earned it. We actually were privileged enough to get out here. We achieved top performer, top dealer in Canada, 2 years running. So had to bring the team. It's all about the team. If we wouldn't have done it without them. Actually having the opportunity to actually see the actual museum, some of the what has brought Harley-Davidson to where it is today, some of the things that actually worked, some of the things that didn't work, but it's historical. You know, growing up as a kid and then growing where I am today, I remember that, I remember that, I remember that, and that's, you know, instead of seeing it in a picture, you actually get to see it in real life. You almost can touch it because you're not supposed to, but you know what? It's pretty cool. Like, going back to the stuff that's back in the 1900s where it all started. It's really, really cool stuff. What's really cool about being part of Harley-Davidson is the culture and the community, is that you actually get the opportunity to share that story to the people that kind of maybe one day will get out here or may never. But if you can give them that story in the way that your eyes and ears have heard it, they're gonna love it even more. Happy birthday, Harley-Davidson. Happy 120th to everybody.
April Violet, this Heels on Wheels with Garza Law Firm from Knoxville, Tennessee. Just celebrating with Harley-Davidson. What an incredible, journey it's been for them. So 120 years. And they just announced today that this will be a yearly, an annual rally. It's the same thing I say every time I get around riders, is it doesn't matter. I know this is a Harley-Davidson event, but it really doesn't matter what you ride. When it comes to the motorcycle community, the riding community is some of the best family-oriented. They come together, they support each other, they're all celebrating each other, they're celebrating the new bikes, everything that's coming out. It's just, it's anytime you want to go out and feel this sense of connection, go to a motorcycle event. It's always going to be feeling like that. They're just this family connection. So that's what's going on here. And of course, it was Joan Jett, so we're out at the concert tonight for Joan Jett, Foo Fighters. We had a good time. The museum was awesome. I really like the live wire. That's the aesthetic of bike that I like, so I just enjoyed watching it. I watched people get on it, take it out. I really enjoyed listening to the CEO and Bill Davidson speak. You know, I never thought I'd get a chance to meet Bill Davidson and what his family has done in this entire brand, and it was really humbling to sit there and listen to him speak about what's coming next for Harley-Davidson. Like my same messages all the time, look twice for motorcycles, everybody, just be safe out there.
We've got motorcycles, we've got the Wall of Death, we've got the Foo Fighters, Green Day, and Joan Jett was just on the stage too. It's all about motorcycles, music, and the rock and roll culture that Harley-Davidson started 120 years ago.
Scooter that I took over here. It's like one of those ones that you swipe your credit card on. There's a lot of streets those things can go on that Harleys can't go on. Just saying. We're to start a gang, it's called the Harold's Idiots. Are you ready? Happy birthday, Harley-Davidson.
After about 1,000 miles from Alabama to Milwaukee, and we are finally here. This is the Mecca for motorcycles. It is the motherland. This is the Harley-Davidson Museum back here, and we're hanging out with about 150,000 of our closest friends and Harley lovers from all over the world. I'm meeting all kinds of cool people, and we're gonna get down there and see some of the cool stuff going on right now.
My name is Vidmantas and we come from Lithuania. We are members of Vilnius chapter. It's beautiful. I'm here first time and it's very really exciting event, a lot of bikes. It's unbelievable. Something feels very, it's very difficult to say. how I feel, but it is very fine. Oh, Harley-Davidson is very popular, and in our club we have more than 100 members, and actually all bikers who is like to represent bikes use Harley-Davidson. It's most popular. I think it is most popular bike in Lithuania. We come here 2 weeks ago, and I very like. I am also first time with the bike traveling. We had a big round trip for 2 weeks. Start from Chicago to Nashville, Washington D.C., lakes, and from here. It's very big experience, and I'm very happy that I'm here. Also, all cities is Tennessee. Nashville is very lovely city.
World's fastest Harley, at least at the time. It's a 1936 factory Streamliner overhead valve V-twin. Does not look like a Harley. It looks like something out of Tron, and it's blue, so you know I love it. This bike broke the land speed record, reaching 136 miles per hour. Can you imagine being on this thing, riding 136 miles an hour on Daytona Beach? And the reason that Harley wanted to do that is that this was to promote the new Knucklehead, the now legendary Knucklehead engine that Harley-Davidson built back in the 30s. The first Harley to reach 100 miles an hour. This one hitting 136 miles an hour with only a 350 cc engine. Check out this bike here at the Harley-Davidson Museum. It is incredible. It's pretty much a bicycle with a leather belt, single cylinder engine on it. But what's really cool about this motorcycle is that there's a lot of mystery surrounding it. It's called the serial number 1. And the engine is very early, but doesn't match what the motor company knows about the first engines produced by Harley-Davidson. And the frame dates to 1905, but it's not original to this motorcycle. So a lot of odd things about this bike, and it's triggered a lot of debate. But during the 1990s, restorers discovered a number 1 stamped inside various components on the bike, inspiring its serial number 1 nickname. And because of the questions surrounding this bike, serial number 1 has become a legend in Harley culture. And only one thing is for sure, they say, this is the oldest Harley-Davidson in the world. The party isn't just at the Harley-Davidson Museum or even at the concert with 3 Day Foo Fighters. We're miles and miles away from Harley-Davidson headquarters here at Milwaukee Harley-Davidson. And as you can see, there are thousands of bikes here just at the dealership. Tons of stuff going on here too. So the party is citywide here for the 120th anniversary in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hundreds of thousands of Harley enthusiasts were spread out all over the Milwaukee area. One of the other big venues was the House of Harley. Thousands and thousands of bikes and bikers and just cool stuff, music, food, and fun. And another part of Milwaukee showing the love for Harley spread all over the area. I'd like to introduce you to my new friends at All Octane Camping. A new way to enjoy motorcycle rallies, mudding events, Jeep events, and a whole lot more. At the camps, they have large, spacious tents, big beds, a fire pit, a huge inflatable party house with air conditioning, hot tub, a whole lot more. The information about All Octane Camping, including their upcoming events at alloctanecamping.com. Hope to see you on the road there at some of their events. Again, alloctanecamping.com. Thousands of innocent bikers are injured and even killed on our streets and highways in the United States every year. And far too often, we don't get the justice we deserve, even if we did absolutely nothing wrong. So how do you find the help you need? People who are ready to go to the mat and get justice for you? Just go to bikerjusticeusa.com to find a list of lawyers across the United States who are trusted by me, Biker Dad. Hi there, this is Chris Best, the Biker Dad. I'm just here to let you know that myself and the hundreds of thousands of people who follow us on social media and watch the TV show are here to help. Do you need help with something? Give me a call. That's my number right there, 251-402-6392. especially if you need legal help. I have an army of lawyers across the country who can help you with injuries after motorcycle crashes especially, but other stuff like crime and everything else too. So give me a call, 251-402-6392. Biker Dad is brought to you in part by the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Why do I trust NAML? Because they work relentlessly to make our roads safer for everyone. They bring awareness to the motorcycle community all across the USA. They fight for justice for bikers too. If you're an attorney who's interested in joining the fight and the cause, go to naml.org for more information. Now here's the Biker Dad Bike of the Week. Harley did not waste the 120th anniversary as an opportunity to show off its new top-of-the-line bikes. This was the first time a lot of us got to see the CVO models for this year. In case you don't know what that is, that's the Custom Vehicles Operations from Harley-Davidson. They are the biggest, fastest, baddest bikes that Harley makes, and they showed off the CVO Road Glide, which looks a lot more sharky this year. The CVO Street Glide. There was even a CVO Ultra Road Glide, and also a couple of cool models that aren't CVOs. Fast Johnny bikes, special bikes named after the Harley-Davidson racing team with cool blue and white graphics and a cool hog on the side. And then this throwback Harley-Davidson Highway King that harkens back to the 60s when Harley started making bikes with electric starts. It's got that cool retro look with all the modern bells and whistles. Yeah, the 120th anniversary here at Harley-Davidson World Headquarters in Milwaukee is all about history. There's one guy who's helping build not only the future of Harley-Davidson, but the future of thousands of kids by teaching them one thing: how to build one of these.
Hi, my name's Kevin Bass. Everybody calls me Teach. I'm from Prior Lake, Minnesota. I'm a high school shop class teacher. I build old motorcycles with my students, teach them about the love for old Harley-Davidsons and how to wrench, how to weld, fabricate, build. Basically, I tell my kids, man, just let's make your dreams come alive. You know, I've been teaching for 30 years, and you know, as a shop teacher, you're always looking for a way to come up with cool ideas. So, I mean, what better way to teach kids about machinery building an old bike like this? So, I had an old 5800 Sportster. I needed to work on it. I brought it into class, made an after-school club, and next thing I know, I had, 17, 20 kids coming, and now we're into building knuckles like this, flatheads, panheads, shovelheads, Sportsters, you name it, man. And it's a great way to get kids engaged in high school, learn how to work with their hands, and realize that there's money to be made if you can work with those hands and use your mind. Now, with me, they know it's a whole different ball of wax. Like tech colleges are cool, get your welding certs, your machine certs, but at my school, they know that the stuff I'm teaching the kids, they can walk out the door with their high school diploma and make $100,000 a year if they want to work hard at it. Chopper class started in about 2004, and I've been doing it ever since. So, do the math. And it's just, it grows every year, and I've switched schools since then, so I'm getting it going again at my new school. But I got a bike in the Harley Museum right now, one of my panheads I did with my students. We had a Sugar Bear inspired chopper that Sugar Bear donated a friend to us, was in the museum. Willie G actually gave us the motor for it. So it's been cool because my students see that people care, the stuff we do, the world cares, the industry cares, Harley cares. Harley's behind this, man, and it's awesome. Through my career teaching, I probably taught about 5,000 kids. I don't know, it's crazy because you get 35, 40 kids in the class sometimes, but 6 classes a day, 30 years later, I don't know. Again, I'm not a math teacher, so that stuff kind of gets me boggled, but yeah, it's been fun. I had one girl went to MMI in Arizona, Motorcycle Mechanic Institute. She actually beat the instructor in a wheel racing contest, so that was cool. She helped me build a bike. I was an invite builder for Born 3.5 and 6 in California, and we actually won Best Panhead in Born 3.5. All my students were helping build that bike. That girl laced those wheels on that bike, man. So she's in a Harley video that they did with us. If you look it up, just look up Kevin Bass, B-A-A-S. You'll see it. It's a Venmo movie, and it's Harley sent a crew to my property for a week, and they just talked about my life and what I do with the students. Anybody's gonna say, life's not fair, everything's free and easy. It's not. If you get off the couch, you work hard, you use your skills, you use your brain, you put your heart into it, you're gonna be successful. Do what your heart says, do what you can do, and do as best you can and work hard every day, and good things will happen.
This is Biker Dad, brought to you by the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers. Our Back on Two stories are brought to you by Biker Justice USA. and the National Academy of Motorcycle Injury Lawyers.
Young gentleman here, it's a 1987 Heritage. He's owned it since brand new.
So I was a rescue swimmer in the Coast Guard, 17 years.
Through his military service, he was disabled and unable to ride the motorcycle. Myself and Frank Garrett found out about this at the last A Hero event and decided to do something about it. And right now we're in the process of converting his bike into something more functional for him that he'll be able to enjoy for years to come.
Rode it for quite a few years, till 97. I lost my limbs from a bacterial infection from the water. Turned me septic, got gangrene in my limbs. That's how I lost my limbs.
Last August at the A Hero event, the A Hero Warrior Hookup Ride, Frank Garrett actually met Dave, helping him put his wheelchair in the back of his truck. They got to talk and found out that Dave had a bike. Frank approached me about it and said, hey, we need to do something about this. So I think that next weekend, we went out and met up with Dave and looked at his bike. We got out there, it was sitting on a bike lift in his garage, tucked off in a corner, full of dust. First order of business was make sure it ran. That took us all of about a couple of hours. Fresh battery, fresh fuel, make sure the plugs were clean, and it fired right up.
How's that feel?
So that right there told us that the bike wanted to come back to life. The whole point in this is to get Dave back on his bike, to get him back in the wind so he's enjoying something that he loves. We know he loves it, or he'd have got rid of this a long time ago. Redneck ingenuity and a lot of prayers. No, seriously, we've got a plan. Right now, the trike kit was the first step. We had to get it stable so he could get on and off the bike without any problems. Picking a bike up and putting it back down on the side stands kind of hard. So we had to make sure it had a stable platform. We're at that point right now. So now we got to keep moving forward. Next step is working on the controls, making them compatible for what he can do on the bike. One of which, the brake system is going to be ran more of an ABS style braking system, to where he can either use the foot or the handbrake, and it actuates both the brakes to help slow the bike down. On the shifting portion, he's no longer going to have a clutch cable. We're doing a suicide shift, and we're going to put an EMF auto clutch in it. That clutch system is it's a lot like the Recluse. He bumps it into gear. As long as it stays under 1,500 RPM, the bike stays stationary. As soon as he gives it throttle, it takes off, and then he can just shift through the gears just by bumping the shifter. As far as the throttle system, we're going to rig up a paddle style system that he's going to squeeze with his thigh. That way he can just squeeze with his thigh to increase the throttle and let go to decrease the throttle.
Well, you can do it. Definitely inspired me to get on and see what I can do with it, and even if I just drive it in parades, it'll be good enough for me.
Where's the first place you're gonna ride it to?
Probably a big parking lot.
How'd I do it last time?
You swung it over the top. There you go. Got it.
That's it for this week's episode of the Biker Dad TV show from Milwaukee, the birthplace of Harley-Davidson, and let's be honest, the birthplace of the American biker culture. We met so many people and we've got so many stories here that we can't fit it all into one episode, so stay tuned for later episodes with more from Milwaukee, the home of Harley-Davidson. Please look twice for motorcycles.